What's up guys, Skitty here. Today I'm gonna bring you yet another Galactus video, because we are going to make Galactus great again. Now before we get into it, don't forget to sub for free and stay tuned for more awesome Marvel Snap and slap the lap button so hard just like parents used to slap you when you were a naughty child. So with Galactus, what we want to do is win the location and blast everything, just like you're playing Pokemon and you blast people with your Blastoise. Okay, so after we blast everything, we can go for Alioth, and then you destroy any card that they play at the location this turn. So if you got initiative when you win with Galactus, then you just annihilate everything with Alioth. Yep, annihilate Alioth. I see. Maybe that's where the name came from. But well, let's take a look at the deck list. I'm not going to go into extreme detail this time. If you want that, you can check out my previous video on Galactus Alioth. I'm going to link that in the description down below for your reference. So with this deck, simply you want to go for your early Daredevil, and then turn 3 Electro into a turn 4 Sandman, turn 5 Galactus, turn 6 Alioth. That's pretty much the best thing you can do. So, yeah, I know low-key decks are very strong right now, but when they meet Sandman on turn 4, well, they'll know. They gotta change up their game plan. If they already gone for low-key, then sad news. They can't play those cards that are reduced cost. I mean, yeah, they can still play it, but only one card per turn. And that is just tragic. And most of the time, they're just gonna have to retreat. So there we go, guys. These are the main combos of the deck. Now, without further ado, let's jump right into some games and see how great we can make Galactus again with the addition of Alioth. As you can see here, we got Sunspot down very early, and we got Electro. So with this deck, you either go for Sunspot or Nebula as your early drop, just to bait people into, competing against you. And if they do so, then it's actually a lot better with your Galactus, because you can Galactus the other two locations with ease. Well, maybe just one of them, because, one card can only be in one location. Except if you're playing stuff like Dr. Doom. But anyways, as you can see there, our Sunspot is really strong already, and we got Electro down. So on turn 5, we can go for Galactus. The plan with Magic is kind of ruined right here because we Galactus in the middle. So let's hope okay, they didn't. I was thinking, if they played everything in the mid right now, then we are kind of doomed. Yeah, we're gonna be more doomed than Dr. Doom, right? But the good part is, they don't play anything mid, and we got the Cloning Vats lockdown. And of course, we destroy Limbo. So if you play Galactus on turn 6 against a Limbo, note that the game is gonna end right there. Actually, I've made a video on a deck with Magic plus Galactus. Anyways, you guys can find that on the channel, but well, we just slapped down our Alioth, and our opponent is like, nope, not gonna have any of this, I'm out of here. So there we go. People are aware of Galactus into Alioth winning games, so they might just retreat. But most of the time, if you are going to play Galactus and you got Alioth anyways, I would suggest you snap on turn 5, and then at least they're gonna lose 2 cubes to you. But anyways, GG well played to the opponent. This is how dominating Galactus plus Alioth on turn 6 really is. Because, with that Alioth, no matter what they play, well, most of the cards they play are not gonna win them the game, except if they're playing something weird like Jubilee, Lockjaw into a small card to cycle stuff, then, well, that might be problematic. But the probability of seeing those aren't really that high. So, GG well played. Now let's move on to the next victim. Alright, with Daredevil, it's just great, because on turn 5, you know exactly where to put your Professor X or your Galactus. That is if you got the ramp going, right? But this time we're not gonna get it because of District X. Huh. The sad part is we cannot really win Asgard now, right? Because, okay, they're not committing. We could have won that. That was actually pretty weird. But with District X, yeah, I don't really like those odds. Well, the good news is we do get our Alioth in our hand. So I can just prop X and lock down one of the locations. Yeah, we're just gonna lock down mid, right? It doesn't really matter that much, but prop X is gonna win. Maybe if they got a jab, then they can go for a draw in the middle. Okay, I'm a little scared, but I'm just gonna play my Alioth on the right side. If they play anything there, it's gonna get annihilated. So yep, we destroy all cards here this turn. I mean, all cards that are played here this turn, including cards that have not been revealed yet. So if you got initiative on the final turn, Alioth is even stronger. But oh my... Oh, they got Lockjaw cycling into a Kitty Pryde. So we actually win this because we destroyed the Lockjaw, and Kitty Pryde is the only card standing. Phew. If they cycled into a bigger card, then yeah, I would have lost the game. So as you can see, they are, well, they're not really counters. I mean, not hard counters to Alioth, but there may be scenarios where your Alioth will lose even if it triggers. So the best way of using Alioth is when you got initiative on turn 6. But hey, those quote counters are not really reliable, because as you can see, the Lockjaw cycling stuff might cycle a really small card just like this. Or, you know, Jubilee, as I mentioned. Still, it might pull a really small card, and Alioth is gonna win that. So there we go, guys. This is how you win against those, quote, counter plays. Now, let's move on to the next victim. Okay, Galactus. So this is one of those low-key decks. Yeah, those are really pesky right now because whenever you log onto the game, whenever you're playing a game, yeah, you're gonna see a lot of these decks. So Galactus is at 7 on turn 3. Like, how crazy is that? Okay, the Tinker's Workshop does not matter that much because the +1 energy is not gonna let us play another card. I'm just gonna Galactus right here. Because we don't got Electro. Yeah, Sandman is pretty good, but I think I'm just gonna Galactus right here. Yep. Are you gonna play anything on the right? Nope. So that death is gone. You're done so. And if I just play my now, I will be just fine, right? What I can do right now is go for Sandman into now. I think that is the safest play. Or depending on the situation, I could go Sandman Alioth. I just don't know. Because they might play a lot of cards here, so I guess Sunspot is a little more flexible. Okay, so I really want to showcase Alioth right here, and if the opponent just passes the turn, then it would be a draw. Because, you know, they're going to get the +6. Yeah, we're leading by 5, they're going to get +6 if they just skip the turn. So that would... Actually, that is an out for the opponent. But are they smart enough to get that? Let's see about it. I mean, I can totally play now here, right? Because I doubt they're gonna go for stuff like Shang-Chi. I mean, I was kind of tired of waiting here, so I just snapped and see their reaction. And there we go, they retreated. So there we go. If you're in this position as the opponent, you can just skip. If you think, oh, the opponent is definitely gonna play Alioth, so I'm gonna skip turn 6 and go for the tie. But I don't think the opponent has that kind of guts, so we win the game with only 1 cube. But anyways, it was a good game to illustrate this particular scenario. Yeah, apart from the quote counters with Lockjaw, Jubilee, all that stuff, Sunspot is actually quite good into Alioth plays as well. But anyways, they are not good enough to beat us, or at least the opponents did not figure that out. So let's move on to our next victim. So with Nebula, they gotta play cards into Shuri Slap every single turn, right? Because, you know, we're gonna threaten them with more cards. Let's hope we top deck into Galactus soon, though. Okay, that's a big problem, because with the Devlock, they can definitely get a ton of cards into Shuri Slap. So we might have to abandon the left side. And sadly, mid turned into Shuri Slap as well. So I guess what we gotta do here is Daredevil and hope we top deck into Galactus. Wow, this Venom is gonna be huge. Oh, 70 power Venom on turn 4. This is how crazy Shuri Slap really is. So let's see what their play is. The sad part is we don't got Galactus this game. Alright, so 24 power into the mid. We don't got Galactus, obviously, so we can actually lock the right side, because we're gonna win by 1 over there. Yeah, this game is not looking good at all, because we're trailing so far behind. Yeah, they got a 70 power Venom, they got the Death. I mean, if I wanted to bluff, I totally should have snapped last turn. You know, with the Daredevil play. Huh, they somehow retreated. Maybe they're afraid of our, you know, Death or Now, or maybe even a potential Shang-Chi. Because they got initiative and they cannot stop it. If I blast the Venom, if they play something else into the Venom lane, then they just lose. So they are playing around Shang-Chi, which is a kind of a good play, I guess. Because I used to run Shang-Chi in this deck, but with this particular variant, I got Alioth, so I don't really need or want to put in Shang-Chi. But it was a good play on their part to fear the Shang-Chi. Anyways, GG well played to the opponent. And now, let's move on to our final victim. Okay, we got Sunspot down. There we go, top deck into Electro. That is the best feeling you can get with this deck. If you don't get Ramp by turn 3, it could get a little tough. But with Electro down, we are very safe to go for these crazy plays. Like a turn 4 Sandman or turn 4 Prophets, then turn 5 Galactus. Yep, things are looking up. I guess right now we can lock with Prophets on the right side. As you can see, we got Aunt May's on the left, so I'm gonna leave that for Galactus. So the interaction with Aunt May's is It does calculate when Galactus reveals whether you win the location or not with the 7 power you have. And then after the confirmation, then it's gonna add 3 power and move it. So if you lose, then Galactus is gonna get 3 power and moved. But of course, if you win and you destroy everything just like I do in this game, then you're gonna destroy everything and it still gets plus 3 power. But sadly, there's nowhere to move, so it stays at this location. So right now, I got initiative and I got my Galactus down on the board. So it's simply an Alioth annihilation. We don't even see what they played. It does not matter. It gets wiped out and we win the 2 cubes. So GG will play to the opponent. This is how dominating Galactus Alioth is when you got initiative on turn 6. So there you go, guys. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have learned something from this guide, don't forget to slap the like button so hard just like your parents used to slap you when you were a child, and sub to the channel for free for more awesome Marvel Snap. Now have a great day, everybody. Enjoy your weekend, and peace out.